It's a bit of an exciting day. Guess where I am? I am at my brand new space for work. So this is going to be my new office slash studio slash not my spare room. If you work from home and you're like me, easily distracted, you end up blending the work day and the house day, and there's no separation between work and home. And sometimes I'll just get up from my desk and wander away and go and sit in my bed and make a cup of tea and read my book, which, great, rich life, but I get less work done. And I have pretty much exclusively worked from home for a good while now. And anybody that works from home will probably resonate with this. It grates on you after a while. And I feel like I've spent the whole winter rarely leaving the house, go to the gym, take the dog out, stay in the house because it's cold, it's dark, and that the walls are starting to come in on me a wee bit, and I want to be a bit more productive, because if I am more productive in my work time, I'll get even more time back for me, and that feeds absolutely into my do less, get more goal. So I know it might seem like taking on an office is actually adding to my time, but it's not. It's going to mean I waste less time because I don't fanny about in the house. And when I'm filming in here, when I'm making content, when I'm filming workouts, there's not a labradoodle to bark at the postman and make me have to start again, like there often is in my house. So this is it, as it is just now, very much a blank canvas. Good thing I've got an interior designer, best pal, to tell me what to buy and where to put stuff. But I'm excited to work from here, and when I'm at home, feel like I'm actually at home. Do you see my view? I mean, it's not the most stunning of views, is it? Shout out to all the guys whose wives or girlfriends or partners started a business and now he's got a job that he just did not apply for and he does not want. Ross's bank holiday weekend has been spent helping me move stuff, build stuff. Ross wanted to sit on the couch and play Xbox, but no. Julie took on a new office slash studio space. I don't know what I'm calling it because it's not really a studio. It's not a studio. But it's not just an office, because I will have people come here to do a little bit of Pilates. But it's an office space because I'm going to work from here. So I don't know what we call it, and calling it a workspace just sounds rubbish, doesn't it? It's not a workspace. A workspace. No. So answers, do you know what? Suggestions welcome. I don't want to call it a studio. I also don't want to call it an office. I don't want to call it a workspace. A den? A badass den? I don't know. Suggestions welcome. I don't really know why it needs to have a defined title. It technically is an office. Let me show you what we've done so far. It still looks like it actually just looks a bit like a storeroom now. This is the view from my sofa. So, I mean, it's a pretty decent space. Mats, I have such a collection of neon signs. I genuinely think I've got 7 neon signs, so I've taken on this space just to have somewhere to put up my bloody neon signs. Nothing is impossible. That's orange. Badass with a good ass, also orange. And then this sign, I bought this when I did it, my very first studio. I bought all these letters from Next. I probably paid a bloody fortune for them. But it spells out badass. And it's came with me to every studio I've ever had since. Pilates equipment, and a sofa. How much am I going to sit there with a cup of tea and read my Kindle? No, I'm going to work, seriously. I'm not going to just come here and sit and read my Kindle. But FYI, on the day ACOTAR comes out, the do not disturb sign will be on the door, and I'm going to be sat there reading ACOTAR 6. One of the really good things about having an online business is your costs are really low because you don't have a brick and mortar to pay for. But the working from home is just literally driving me insane. I feel like I never leave the house, and I know people are like, go and work in coffee shops. That I find that distracting. I would just sit and like look about and order hundreds of cups of tea and talk to people I meet. And do you know what? How are you supposed to record podcasts? How do you record podcasts and content in a coffee shop? You can't. This is one of the biggest lessons I've learned in building my business is people will always give you their opinions, And it's fine for people to give you their opinions, but you don't need to make all of your decisions based on other people's opinions. The very first time I tried to be self-employed and I left my corporate job, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to open a studio where it was all like functional training and kettlebells, female only. That's what I wanted to do. And everybody told me it was a daft idea. I know you don't need your own place. Go and work in the local council gym. It's a big gym. I didn't want to be a gym floor personal trainer. I'm a group fitness instructor. I didn't want to be on the gym floor in someone else's gym, but I listened to everybody else's opinions and I went and did it, and it was not in any way successful, and I had to go and ask for my corporate job back 12 weeks later. And then the second time that I left my corporate job, I was building what I wanted to build. I had my own studio by that point. The very first studio I ever had was a cupboard. I'll put the picture in there. Literally a cupboard. No more space than 3 people. And I was expanding that studio because I already had proof of concept. I knew I had product market fit, and I listened to my own intuition and what I knew was the right thing. So I've moved to loads of different spaces. I've had tiny studios, I've had massive studios. And when I was taking on this space, the one thing I didn't do, which I have never done before, is I didn't ask for anybody's opinion. I didn't ask anybody if they thought this was a good idea, because I knew it was a good idea. So I just went ahead and did it without asking for anybody else's opinion. If you're early in your business journey, you will ask for people's opinion, and that's okay. But remember, people are giving you their opinion from their perspective. It's what they would do, not necessarily what you should do. Be kind of careful who you're asking for opinions. Like, my husband is not an entrepreneurial, self-employed business owner type guy. He is a corporate guy. He likes to have a corporate 9-to-5 job, which is great for him. But if I ask him his opinion on what I should do and the decisions that I'm making, he's going to give me it from his opinion of what he would do as a corporate 9-to-5 guy. So a lot of the time Ross will be like, go and ask Marisa. Marisa, who is my best friend, very entrepreneurial, built massive businesses, and was actually my very first business mentor. This is the very first time I've not ran a decision past somebody else. You get better the longer you do things at not needing the opinions and the validation of others. But if you are still at the stage you're gathering opinions for decision making, which is totally fine and you should do that, ask people who are further ahead in the journey than you, people that have made the mistakes you don't want to make, people who have got experience. Ask the right people for their opinions. What would they do? What's their feedback? What's their advice? But remember, you do not have to take everybody's opinion. And in fact, let me give you another wee business lesson based on this new studio office space then. When I got the keys, I was starting to think about what I wanted it to look like. This carpet, do I love it? Does it match? No. Is it kind of all right for now? Yes. Previous Jules would have come in here, ripped up the carpet, put down flooring, bought new blinds, painted the place, and spent a fortune. Do I need to spend that money? No. So those blinds will do for just now, and I'm going to sit with it, which has always been Marisa's business advice to me all the time. Whenever I go to make a decision, the first thing she always says is sit with it, and that is what I try and do now. With every decision I want to make, just sit with it a little while. So I'm going to just sit with these blinds, and I'm going to sit with this carpet, and then decide if I want to change them. If I could go back and start my business journey over again, spend less money to start with would be the first thing I would do. I have always thrown money at stuff, overspent, and then actually my first couple of years in business, my first studio, I did not control my costs at all. Too many people focus only on the money they are taking in and don't pay attention to the money that's going out. That is one of my biggest pieces of advice for you. If you are starting something new, you're starting a new online plan, you're opening a new space, whatever it is you're doing, every bit of money that you spend, do you actually need to spend it? So if I come in here, do I actually need to replace this carpet right now? No. Maybe I'll grow to love this colour, maybe I won't, maybe I'll change it in future. But do I need to do it day one before I've even told anybody my address? No. The blinds are fine for just now. I can decide what I want later. Think about your outgoings. Do you really need it? Chances are the answer's no. So that's my 2 big business lessons for you on opening this new office/studio. Is ask people for opinions, people who have been in your shoes, people who have gone through the process, people who have done well on the same journey. Ask them for opinions, but remember, you do not have to follow everybody else's advice, and you don't have to take everybody's opinion, and also spend less money to start with. There are probably things you're paying for that you do not need to be paying for. Do not throw money at something until you are absolutely sure you have product market fit and it's going to work and that you actually need to spend the money. And this couch, I actually got this from my mum. It's brand new, but I'm just lucky it matches my orange, pink and blue colour scheme. And the 2 neon signs are orange. Buzzing. Pretty obsessed with navy. Like, I want all navy things. I love navy.